Dogs aren't just cute and harmless. They've done some amazing things you might not know about. Some dogs have even been to space before humans. Some have become worldwide sensations right from birth, and others have been the best nannies ever. Get ready to be amazed. Museums are on the front lines of a silent but devastating war against bugs. Bugs and other pests do not care whether artifacts are replaceable or not, how much money they are worth. They want to chew on wood, paper, and textiles. The Boston Museum of Fine Arts has some protocols to combat insects, but they are not effective. In 2018, they added another method that gained more attention than some of their art collections. Riley the dog wasn't just cute, he had a rather unusual job, inspecting incoming artifacts for unwanted hitchhikers. Training a Weimaraner as a new stuff inspector allowed the pup to sniff out moths, beetles, and other pests. If this silver dog smells something, he'll sit down and signal to the staff to inspect the item more closely. Weimaraners are great at sniffing out drugs or detecting bombs, but Riley had to prove to the world if this breed was suitable for insect inspection. If so, more museums could get their own pups. What could be safer and more environmentally friendly than this? For centuries, humankind has gazed up at the blue sky by day and the mysterious darkness of night, wondering what lies beyond the vast universe. We have asked questions, and now we embark on a journey to find the answers. In 1957, a dog from Moscow was chosen to seek answers in place of humans. At that time, launching a spaceship into space was already difficult, and taking a human along was even riskier. Problems like temperature, pressure, and vacuum had to be solved. It was dangerous and unethical to use humans for experiments, so Soviet scientists used dogs as stand-ins for humans to explore space, while the United States used chimpanzees and monkeys. Laika was trained to sit still in her cabin and had become accustomed to the noise of rocket launches. On November 3, 1957, she made history as the first living creature to orbit the Earth aboard Sputnik 2. Her flight was the talk of the world's newspapers at the time. Data transmitted back showed Laika's heart rate was more than 3 times normal, likely due to stress. But the real problem was the sun. Its heat caused temperatures to rise, and a malfunctioning temperature control system meant Laika sadly passed away within 5 hours of launch. She had completed her mission with distinction. Although she couldn't return, Laika's sacrifice was not in vain. She proved that living creatures could survive in space, of course with more advanced ships.
Expanding our knowledge.
Houston is now controlling.
Puppies are incredibly cute and playful, but unfortunately, some people take advantage of their adorableness in the worst ways. In 2005, Andres Lopez Alores, a veterinarian working for a Colombian drug cartel, managed to escape when around 20 alleged drug traffickers were arrested in Colombia. His role was horrifying. Alores was tasked with preparing puppies to become drug mules. The puppies were implanted with liquid heroin and flown to New York on commercial flights. Once there, the drugs were cut out of the animals' bellies. Alores evaded justice for 10 years but was finally captured in Spain in 2015. The 38-year-old veterinarian was extradited to the United States to face drug trafficking and conspiracy charges. It remains unknown how many puppies died serving as drug couriers for Alores. Ironically, in the initial 2005 raid, 10 puppies were found, and one eventually became a drug-sniffing dog for the Colombian police. In 2015, a boxer named Dylan passed away, leaving his heartbroken owners searching for a unique way to keep his memory alive. They turned to a company renowned for cloning pets. Despite having cloned over 700 pets for clients, Dylan's case stands out. There's typically a 5-day window for extracting DNA from a deceased donor, but the hunting dog had been dead for nearly 2 weeks, when the British couple spent a hefty £67,000 for each procedure. The company made history when they managed to have 2 surrogate mothers carry the puppies, one each. Dylan's owners were present to witness the birth of the first puppy via C-section. They also wanted to welcome the second puppy, but the tiny boxer surprised everyone by arriving a day early. His natural birth went smoothly. Everyone was overjoyed, except for the RSPCA. Pet cloning remains a controversial practice. Cloned animals often face higher risks of health problems. Additionally, the cloning process involves painful procedures and high mortality rates before scientists can successfully create a viable clone. But hey, with science evolving at such a rapid pace, who's to say we won't have flying dogs in the future? In 1986, the world watched in horror as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster unfolded. The power plant meltdown forced workers and local residents to flee. Authorities evacuated people on buses but kicked off any dogs that desperately tried to follow their owners. Knowing what might happen, many owners left written pleas for the military not to kill their pets. While humans could be rescued, authorities had no time for pets and livestock that could be contaminated. Remarkably, some dogs survived the radiation: soldiers, wolves, and the wild. They formed packs and raised puppies. Today, hundreds of dogs roam the area and even live inside the power plant. They are often fed by workers who return to maintain the plant. In recent years, a U.S. charity has stepped in to help. They captured the first 200 stray puppies in 2018. These puppies were quarantined and prepared for adoption in the United States. This black Labrador, named Jack Swansea, although some believe he was a Newfoundland, has long passed away, but his heroic deeds are still remembered today. He was named after the Swansea River in Wales, where he lived. But why name a dog after a river? Well, this brave dog risked his life to save nearly 30 people from drowning in that river during his lifetime. In the mid-1930s, Jack saved a boy from drowning. A few weeks later, he saved another person in front of a crowd. His photo was in the local newspaper. It is said that he saved a total of 27 people. He was a hero. The town awarded him a silver cup for his bravery. Sadly, Jack died in 1937 from eating rat poison. His death was reported in newspapers across the UK. His burial memorial, paid for by public donations, is on the Swansea Promenade, and there's even a statue of him. Guide dogs are special friends of blind people. They are trustworthy friends, helping blind people overcome difficulties in life. But what if a dog is blind? This inseparable pair of stray dogs in England is one of the strongest examples of animal friendship we've ever seen. Glenn, a permanently blind Jack Russell Terrier, is always attached to his best friend and guide dog Buzz. The pair were found in an undersea tunnel in northern England and have been together ever since. If separated, they'll bark loudly and become distressed. They are currently living happily at Stray Aid in Coxhoe, Durham, where they are receiving excellent care. Glenn and Buzz are always together, and Buzz helps his blind friend find his food bowl, kennel, and bed, gently nudging him whenever he strays off course. Rescue workers don't have much background information on the dogs, but believe they are both around 9 or 10 years old and have been together for a long time. They are looking for a quiet home to adopt both of them in their golden years. A retired person would be an ideal owner for this pair. In 2003, police in Warwickshire, England, inspected a warehouse and discovered a terrified and starving greyhound named Jasmine locked in a garage. She had likely been abused. She was immediately taken to a wildlife sanctuary where she recovered physically and emotionally over several weeks. What's truly remarkable about Jasmine's story is that, unlike most abandoned and abused dogs, she is incredibly gentle and nurturing. As soon as she started to feel better, she began caring for other stray animals that were brought to the sanctuary. No matter the creature, Jasmine would look into their cages and lick them in greeting. She would soothe their anxieties and help them feel not only closer to her but also more comfortable in their new environment. Jasmine, a once shy, abused, and abandoned pup, has become the sanctuary's surrogate mother. The list of orphaned and abandoned animals she's cared for includes 5 fox cubs, 4 badger cubs, 15 chicks, 8 guinea pigs, 2 feral puppies, and 15 rabbits. Jasmine's story is a heartwarming reminder of the incredible bond between humans and animals. It's heartbreaking to see an animal missing limbs or suffering from injuries that significantly impact their life. Born with all 4 limbs, Raman lost both his front paws in 2 separate accidents due to irreparable bone fractures. Despite these setbacks, Raman quickly bounced back each time, learning to walk on his hind legs, sometimes even hopping, and never giving up hope. He races to get his toys and plays with other dogs, essentially living life to the fullest despite his missing front paws, and even has a custom-made wheelchair for longer walks. Raman's story shows us that even with challenges, we can find ways to overcome them and live a full life. Alright, that's all for now. Have you ever wondered if your dog could become an astronaut? Share your thoughts. Goodbye. and see you later.